are you gonna slap the box again?
We'll
I was promised box slapping.
looking.
That's how I met you. You were slapping your box on stage right next to me.
Somebody's box needs to be slapped.
The new album from Kevin MacLachlan is out, and it's about time. Available everywhere May 17th. Press from around the world are saying it's amazing, anthemic, catchy, fun, and perfect, an absolute gem, and nothing short of extraordinary. Now's your chance to own the limited edition collector's pack that includes a set list from the live show it was recorded from, the CD, a sticker, a personal note for you, all wrapped up in a custom bandana. Purchase direct from the artist now and become a part of the Kevin MacLachlan Band family at kevinmaclachlanband.com. It is my sincere wish that you will be able to connect with this music. It was all written from personal experience, and I hope you can relate to what I was going through. Old school, recorded live, no studio tricks to make it great. It's just what it is. So I hope you enjoy it. And thank you for getting your copy of It's About Time. Oh, well, you already missed all the funniest parts of what we were doing. It's too bad we did just now turn on the camera. But anyway, we're going to try and save what we got left and tell you all about the fact that I'm Kevin MacLachlan, and this is the Riffs and
Rhythms podcast. I'm Paul Robertson. Yeah, so if you want to find out what the hell we're already laughing about, you got to go over to our Patreon page there because there's some crazy shit that's been talked about so far.
Oh, I think there'll be plenty surprised because I started recording before you guys started laughing. So.
well,
look
there's
at
a chance.
Dino. Wow.
There's a chance.
They
Yeah.
say there might be a chance.
That's why we call him Dino.
So yeah, if you want to see some of the stuff we've been adding here on Patreon, it's as little as $3, right? That's just
As little as $3.
yeah,
and you
just to
can
kind of
see
throw
all
in.
this stuff.
I call it like throw the tip in the tip jar, right?
All the
Real
extra.
cheap.
Throw the tip into what?
It's a tip
I
jar.
don't have my
Oh.
I don't have my sunglasses.
So Paul
Holy
wants
Jesus,
everyone.
what the hell's in that cup?
Paul wants everyone to put the tip in.
Our guest was bragging earlier about being like this Mondo like drinker, and she's
No, I said no. I did not say that.
Why are
I
you
did
tripping?
not
Why are
say
you
I was
tripping?
a Mondo drinker.
no. We said you were because
you
of
were
your
astonished at the lightweightiness of your friends in the high school.
yes. What the heck was that?
Just the guys next door.
I think it's your girlfriend. Just called. Wait.
It's one of your kids trying to get time in the shower.
Wow, we're already starting off.
Your hot water bill must be amazing.
Well, you know,
He
speaking.
had to invest in one of those Insta Hot.
Yeah, Insta-Hots, yeah. He's got 3 hot water heaters in series.
The commercial 50-gallon water heater wasn't enough.
Anyway, so our guest from last week is back. We have got Freya Neale back on the podcast, and it looks like she's got the hang of this podcast already because she is ripping on everybody now.
Yeah, we've got a stride now.
She's, I think, yeah, she's got it. So
It's all those conversations behind the scenes that got me more.
that is true. Yes. What happens
Yeah.
when the camera stops? So, and
The world may
You've
never
got to
know.
pay that measly $3 tip to find out.
that's right. Yeah, just a tip.
That's what he said.
That's right. We did use that joke last week, and we say that's what she said. I was like, oh yeah, she said right there.
Yeah, she literally said it right in front of us.
Yes. So, yes.
Well, if it's all you got, it's all you got.
There
Hey,
you
you gotta go with what you're working with, right?
Just a tip.
Hey, she called you out.
You know, Freya, I think you've hung around way too many bars to be as a young youth, as you said last week, and you're picked up a few.
You've got a lot of stories about being in bars when you were far too young to be there.
Yeah, I do, because I was in them a lot.
So, all right, yeah. So let's start off right there. So let's go with you've got so we usually do a Tales from the Road, some crazy story, whether it's a show, a concert, or something that's like people just wouldn't believe, or a good story. Like there's a little chuckle before she starts.
Well, so are we talking about just like musical encounters in my whole life? Because I have a lot of musical encounters that that aren't necessarily me performing. Or are we talking about things that have happened?
Now,
from
either.
my own shows.
Either.
Okay.
Whatever's the best is going to get us clicks.
Yeah, there you go.
The first thing that came to mind is my dad used to do sound for the Mojo Room, which was like a big musical venue in the area. It's a Dollar Tree now.
Yeah, it's a Dollar Tree.
It's a Dollar Tree now. But there used to be all kinds of big shows there, and one time I got bored through because we were there before sound check, at like 3:30 in the afternoon before the show that started at 10 p.m. And I got really bored, so I decided to take all of my Sharpies and color the ends of my hair with Sharpie colors, like rainbow colors at the ends. And then I got a lot of compliments on my hair that afternoon, and then I actually ended up my head got so big I decided to climb up on stage and stage dive during the show.
Is that the Census Fail show?
No, Pennywise.
Oh, that was Pennywise.
Oh,
Yeah, Pennywise.
wow.
So, yep, that was pretty fun. So that's a funny, silly tale from the road.
How'd that stage dive work out for you?
Pretty great, actually. I was a lively young teenage girl, so everybody was like, "I'll get you." But I actually stage dived quite a few times that night because that Pennywise is a very uppity,
Hardcore.
uppity, hardcore, wild, kind of promotes the rioting and the mosh pitting and all the things. So we went up there several times, me and a couple of my friends and strangers too. But I
forgot we did Pennywise in there.
I decided that I wasn't gonna stage dive anymore when one singular person caught me, and they caught me kind of with one elbow around my leg and the other one under my armpit, and my foot kind of touched the ground before all my weight got caught, and I was like, okay, I'm done now.
Yeah, a little awkward.
My life flashed before my eyes.
Yeah, I never did any stage diving because maybe it's like skateboarding. When you're skateboard early and young, when you're younger, you just don't know because you're stupid and young, you don't know. And if you when you get older, you're like, yeah, that's probably gonna hurt. So I don't know if I'm gonna want to do that.
The fun is worth the risk when you're a kid, and you're also much lighter and closer to the ground.
Yeah. That's why I never found interest in being in a pit. It's like, nah, it's okay. I'll stand over here.
It's fun until they start throwing punches, and then you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm okay with being pushed and caught, because that's a lot of what it
Yeah.
is. The mosh pit is small, so people shove you, and then they catch you, and it's kind of like it's fun sort of, as long as you don't fall. But then when people start fighting for fun, you're like, oh, better get out of here.
Yeah, I heard the Me Too movement stopped all that. Yeah.
Well then.
Anyway, so
I'm
so this
glad
is
I'm not the one who said all this stuff that people are gonna.
for once.
Yeah, right. That's the first time ever.
So yeah, so that was a good. So wait, let me ask you. Wait, hold on. Let me back up here because what was the name of the place?
The Mojo Room.
Mojo. Okay, so that was in St. Lucie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was on US 1 in Kitterman, just south of Midway.
So we're talking
If
about.
you're local and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if you know.
If you know, you know.
You know.
I think we're gonna hire her just for the sound effects. So I think we
Yeah, I see where it's going.
We could just, I could just come in and just sit on the mic and be like, hey, yeah, what's up?
I think I'm out of a job already.
Wait, can we audition you for the YouTube bell?
The YouTube bell?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
You stop laughing.
30 seconds of silence.
Like,
Perfect.
Yeah, clip that. Oh my god. What the hell is going on in this show, man?
I don't know.
well, before there was internet,
You had to make
we
your own
had
sound
to
effects.
we had to entertain ourselves
You're
somehow.
old enough to be before the internet? Yeah. I
No,
guess.
this before
Yeah.
she had iPads hidden behind the speaker in the corner, right?
Yeah, well, there was
Etch-a-sketch.
dial up when I was a kid.
Crayons.
there was dial up when I was a kid, but nobody really used that because it sucked.
You got mail.
Yeah, it took like 5 minutes just to get your inbox populated.
All right, so the Mojo Room. Yes. So that was a premier place. So there was like somebody that was backing that place
Right.
that was tied to the area, though.
Yeah, there were some prominent people that were backing that, and one of them was John Shula from the band One.
Mm.
He was the
Really?
general manager there, yeah, John.
Mm.
And a number of other people. And the whole point of that was to bring real bands in to Port St. Lucie because everybody's always whining there was no real bands playing.
Well, because you had to either go to Orlando or Miami or West Palm if you were lucky.
Yeah, and it was great. And actually, it's a good story. I used to do sound for a living, and I got out of
He
it.
used to do sound.
So a friend of mine calls me up, Bert Zimmerman.
What else did they call her?
She's getting out of control here.
Anyway,
Well, you brought me back for a second time, so now I'm comfortable.
Oh,
so it's
too comfortable.
this is the weirdest call to work I ever got. Like Bert Zimmerman, who was setting up the lighting and wiring the place and doing all this stuff, he calls me and he was like, "There's a new club in town and they have a real PA system, and you need to come in here and set this thing up before someone else comes in and fucks it up." And I'm like, "Okay, all right. So is that a compliment? Like I could do it better than someone who'd fuck it up?" So I go to this club. He's like, "Yeah, they bought this big used sound system. You got to come in and just make sure it all works, and then you'll be the sound guy. You'll like run sound." I told him you're good. And so I'm like, I totally don't want to do this. Totally don't want to do this. I'm out of the sound industry. I'm not doing it. I'm not. And so I was like, there'll be a million reasons why I don't want to do it, and it'll be easy to say no. So I showed up with my soldering kit. I was expecting to see piles of garbage that had been pulled out from DJ booths all over South Florida. Well, I got there, and instead of a pile of crap that needed to be soldered together, they had a 52-channel Soundcraft Series 5 console. They had the best stacked system you can get. It was like the last of the stacked systems. It was a Martin WS Series stacked rig. They had
Every sound
Four-
engineer listening is like,
4 racks of Crown amplifiers this tall. They had the BSS processing in there. It was and microphones and drawers, and it was a pro sound setup.
I see the gleam. I see the gleam in his eye.
Is that the differentiation? The microphones are in the drawers instead of in the box that they came in, like we do.
Yes, it was set up properly. Everything was good. They had this. They had like a 30. They had like a 40 by 60 stage in there,
The
and
stage was big.
I'm like, I can't say no to this. Well, no doubt the manager will be an asshole, and that'll be my out. Well, no, first thing I said was, it'll be too far away. I won't be able to do it. Well, it was 2 minutes from my house, so I had to cross that off the list. I can't say no to that. Then I get there, and, my toolbox was useless because it was an awesome sound system. So I had to cross that off of the reasons to say no. And the only thing left was, like, the manager's going to be an asshole. And then John Shula came up, and he was totally awesome.
Oh, I totally thought you were gonna say it was gonna be a chick.
No, John. You remember John? He was the other. He looked like me. He's bald, shaved, and he was the guitar player for One. Anyway, I think he ran the Kelsey Club before that.
It sounds like yeah.
So I was like, damn it! All of my excuses to not do this are like X'd off the list. Like, what do I do? I guess I'll be stuck here. So, like the first night we did Pepper from Hawaii.
Wow.
We did like every band from the '90s that ever released an album. I think we did Winger, we did Molly Hatchet, we did Seven Dust, we did Authority Zero, we did
Authority Zero was
we
awesome.
did
I was at
Flyleaf,
that
we
show.
did
Flyleaf
Census
too.
Fail, we did Pennywise, we did a million bands. It was great.
The Yin Yang Twins even came
The
there.
Yin Yang Twins. I did sound for DMX, and this is a good story. DMX, who's God rest his soul. He's got a great sounding voice, and I'm like, that guy's voice is great.
Up in here.
I'm gonna work with DMX. I'm gonna get to find out what is that effect he puts on his voice that makes it sound so good. Well, guess what? There is no effect on his voice that makes it sound. That's just like that's the way his voice sounds coming out of his head.
Wow.
I was like, holy crap, that's an awesome sounding voice because it sounds like it's got a ton of processing on it, but it's got zero processing on it. Not even auto tune.
Yeah.
Speaking of auto-tune, What's your thoughts on auto-tune as a singer here, right? So many people use it, right?
If you have to use auto tune to sound good, you shouldn't be singing.
Wow.
You should not get behind a mic.
So
If you use it as an enhancement thing for like if you're like Ellie Goulding, for example, if you don't know who Ellie Goulding is, she's a techno electronic singer lady person who, fun fact about Ellie Goulding is she wrote all those super famous songs of hers like 15 years before she got famous, and she was sitting on her couch broke as a joke wondering what in the heck was going to go on, and her agent calls her and is like, "You just hit #1 in Britain. Congratulations, you have a platinum record. It's the one from 15 years ago that you haven't played forever."
wow.
I don't think the numbers may be off. I don't think it was 15 years, but it was a long time. It was several years. And she was like, "I don't know what to do anymore." And then suddenly it like just freaking blew up. But she uses auto-tune for some stuff, but she can sing well without it. If you cannot sound good without auto-tune, then you are not a singer. You're just making noise that's edited into something that might possibly be okay.
All right, so I'm going to really push on this now. So, is it the type of style of music what you're saying is it's not acceptable at all? Or it's a style of music. All right, so I'll give you one I think is a really good example of auto-tuning is Kesha.
So that would fall under like that's a style of music, because Kesha is actually a phenomenal singer. She can hit some crazy super high notes that no one really gives her credit for. But she has a song, gosh, and I'm not going to be able to remember the name of it. Somebody put it right here in my hand. Edit that in.
You got it, Dino? No?
Probably not.
I'll be able to figure it out. But she has a song where she just like hits it way up there, like some Mariah Carey stuff. She can really, really, really sing. So the Kesha thing, that is a stylistic thing she does on purpose, and she can sing without it. But if you are like singing super nasally, I don't even know if I could do that. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. If you
Was that Cartman?
Yeah, that's Cartman's greatest hits.
Freya's available for sound voiceover work.
Mr. Garrison. We're choosing between a turd and a shit sandwich.
Wait a minute, that reference came up, I think, not long ago on this show, actually. Somebody else made that reference, I think.
I don't know, but in relation to Eric Cartman, they actually like did AI stuff to do Eric Cartman's voice for her doing the song, and it's hilarious.
Oh no.
Well, have you seen? Sorry, we're going to come back because now that we're going.
We can circle around.
We're going squirrel here. So there was
something's shiny.
So I'm a drummer. Wait, hold on.
Is that why drummers have cymbals? Because they're shiny.
Yes.
Is that why cymbals are made the way they're?
That's the way all the stuff they're squirreling on is real close, and they can still focus on the drum set.
All the drum sets are.
Somebody did an AI real life South Park video, like real people.
Oh,
you seen it?
I have not, but I think I've heard of it like somewhere.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So
heard of it somewhere usually means the internet.
Yes, on Snapchat.
While you were
we can't look that up then.
Yes. So but I think so you are saying this because you are a musician yourself. You're very versed in your music knowledge, as we've already discussed in the previous episode. But the casual listener, they won't differentiate and understand that, though. That because maybe they do. Again, I'm not listening to Kesha other than what's on the radio or her popular stuff, right?
There's a million different degrees of it. Like sometimes it is used as an effect to give you that robot voice. I come from the generation where the most prominent and earliest version that was popular was Cher.
Okay. Do you believe in love?
You believe in love.
Do you believe in love after love?
Exactly.
Wow.
And so
Cher in the studio.
yes.
Well, you're trying to you advertise my voiceover capabilities. I gotta
Hey, guys, you got to come through. Got the Cher thing going on.
So you won't mind we cover over the graphic there, singing there.
But so, I have opinions on it too, because I agree with you totally, Freya. If you can't sing without it, then you shouldn't. But there's the other thing where it's done as an effect. And then there's the other thing, too, where it's a time-saving tool. Because in the studio, I've been in the studio multiple times, and you sing background vocals, and so you get to make a choice. Are you going to spend 2 minutes with the engineer, with the program kind of pushing it back into tune so it sounds pretty good? Or are you going to, like, try to get the drummer to sing that harmony over and over again? He's never going to get it, and cost you, like, an extra $2,000 or $3,000. Or like maybe me, if I was trying to sing a background vocal on your record, it would take forever for me to get it in tune. It would be faster, cheaper, and easier to just kind of push it with the electronics.
But that is also goes back to point A is those people can sing without it.
Exactly. So I'm just saying that it's a wide gray area.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great for me, but if you can't sing without autotune, then you shouldn't sing. Period. End of story. You can use it for an effect. You can use it to save money. Blah, 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 blah. But if you can't sing without autotune, then you shouldn't sing.
Fair enough. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Ooh.
I would like to say that there is no autotune on my album.
I was going to almost ask you to say, would you try to, with that being said, if you use it for effect and not because you couldn't, would you be willing to try it just to experiment?
I have sang on albums that do have auto-tune on them, is the Melodyne program. But I wasn't the lead singer. It was just background vocals.
Yeah, you guys referenced, obviously, you guys were all talking recording stuff and all that and with Jeff and Brian, and you kept talking about Melodyne, and I had to wait to listen back to the episode and say, oh, it's like a software program. I thought there was like some medicine or something.
Melodyne is an app that does auto-tune.
Oh, okay.
Melodyne and Dimetap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melodyne.
Put you to sleep.
Yeah.
One's grape, one's cherry.
It's a flavor of CBD it just makes you mellow.
So, yeah, I think that's kind of an interesting thing is auto-tuning and in probably maybe, is it more in pop culture probably, right? You know,
Well, pop music, everything's got to be formulaically perfect.
right. But I think, you know, since it's very well produced is most pop music today, there's it goes back to you talking about Taylor Swift last episode was how she writes music, but she's kind of got a middle of the road kind of sound, and it's palatable for everybody. It doesn't go too far one way or the other. And if you're outside that style, maybe artists do they sell their soul for it versus, you know, like you say, you would never do something like that, or you would never do something like that because you're more of your artist and your craft, and, you know, there's more of that sense.
Well, that brings up, that's a whole nother episode. Just the record company machine exerting force on you treating your art as product without an artistic viewpoint, and just like, okay, last week
Soulless.
the hit that we had was like this, so you're going to do it like this.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, it's a whole conversation.
It's interesting, is I totally probably not, it's not related, but it just popped in my mind about that was sounding different than what you are was, you know, the scene in the Jersey Boys where Frankie Valli's shopping the you know, the music, and they're like, yeah, you didn't sing this, black guys did, you know, because they're like, no way a white guy sounds like that, right?
Yeah.
Or can hit those things. So,
Or like, what's the band that caused the no disco T-shirts to be made? Why can't I think? The Bee Gees. That the most masculine guy in the whole one is like, no.
Yeah, right.
Barry Gibb.
Barry.
Yeah.
He's the only one who actually looks like a dude.
Oh yeah, he's got a nice beard. Well,
He does. He does.
Nobody gets too much heaven no more. Yeah, he was the manly one.
Yeah, he's
Right.
he's the manly chest hair having beard toting
right.
toting guy, but he's like
But, you know,
singing way up there with
you're right. But also I think that, you know, the cartoonish perfection of any genre creates pushback. Because, like you listening, what would you rather? Would you rather see us do a perfect rehearsed thing, or would you rather see us make idiots out of ourselves in the outtakes? Absolutely, I would rather see somebody make an idiot out of themselves. Why? Because it's real. You can trust it as being genuine. Like everybody's tired of hearing the polished perfection and seeing the polished perfection, and I believe that is going to start reflecting in pop music.
Yeah. So science actually proved that the most powerful vibe, so to speak, that you can emit is not love. It's forever it was thought that love was the most powerful vibration that you could give off. It's not. It's authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the true good vibrations.
So that when they say it's true love, then
I just thought it was something
authentic true love.
Yeah.
I just thought it was something you bought at Adam and Eve. And there,
Well, maybe
so
where
use the
you're
Riffs.
from.
So product code there, $10 off Adam and Eve. Use the Riffs and Rhythms product code.
Paul, I'm so sorry.
You're the one with all the pedals.
I use a single pedal, and it's for my guitar.
A single pedal.
Anyway. So we've got an agenda. We got some stuff to see. We got a list here of stuff we're doing here. We did a Tales from the Road. We're going to do
I like the second bullet.
have fun? No.
No, we can't have that.
Second bullet is usually the one that takes you out.
No, yeah, double tap.
Take me out.
We only did one Tale from the Road.
As the sniper zeroes in on your head.
Speaking of songs that don't quite match what you think it is there, that's an interesting there is, we were talking before the show about subversive songs, right? So songs that you think sound all cheery and so forth, but it's actually about something totally, So here's one I'll throw out there. Now, again, this could be incorrect, but this is what I've been rolling with is the song Blister in the Sun. Somebody told me that was a masturbation song.
Well,
fact check me.
If you have to masturbate so long you get a blister before you're finished, then you're doing it wrong.
No, you need lube, I think is what it is, okay?
Well,
Both. That's still doing it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. That counts as doing it wrong.
Untie that out of a pretzel, man, so.
Wow.
Is there a Marge in here?
We don't. Do you? Well, you're gonna have to explain the Marge reference.
Oh, okay. So yes, please.
We've been talking about getting ourselves a Marge, but we haven't had any volunteers.
Well, I'm not sure who would volunteer to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we've talked. I following the conversation here. Yes, I can assume. Yes, we have talked about trying to.
So I'll explain Marge unless you would like to.
No, you can explain, Marge. You do it better than I would.
She wants you to explain it so she can get up and go get a refill.
So she can Marge herself. Yeah. So back in the old neighborhood, it was a huge party neighborhood. We had a blast.
Oh.
We would have a good time, and it was a big neighborhood party every weekend. And one of the neighborhood kids, PJ. He had I don't know where he got it. No doubt he acquired this through legal methods. He had a Home Depot
Allegedly.
apron
A Home Depot
that he would wear
You can
when
get
he was.
those. They give them to you.
Yeah, when you
Well,
do
like as I said, no doubt he got it in a legal fashion.
yeah, when you do the kid clinic.
In an illegal fashion.
I'm sure he didn't tackle someone named Marge and steal their apron when they were working at Home Depot, but I wouldn't put it past him. So when he was helping with making the picnics run smooth, PJ was 10 at this point.
Picnics? You mean house parties?
House parties, yeah. Well, it was exactly
Don't frou it out.
house parties. So, but they were always in the backyard. Anyway, PJ would always be tasked with going to the cooler and getting somebody another beer, and because he was always wearing the Marge outfit. We would just start calling him Marge. Like, hey, Marge, give me a beer. And then eventually it just turned into Marge me. And so when someone says, where we come from, when someone says Marge me or I need a Marge, that means you need some drink service.
Okay. So you're saying yes, we do have an opening for a Marge.
We have an opening for a Marge. Yes.
You don't have to be called or named Marge.
Yes, you do.
Well, no,
Once you get in here, your name is Marge.
that's correct.
Regardless of what your name actually is.
And then we also had to have, like a Marge because it started to go around where it would be like one of the ladies would stand up and one of us would say, "Hey, sensuous,"
Whoa.
and and they'd be like, "What?" Well, sensuous up, get me a beer. So that only lasted so long. We had to have Marge come in to keep the peace.
So once everyone starts becoming major Patreon subscribers and advertising and so forth, yeah, I definitely think the old studio here can definitely get an upgrade, and we'll put a little bar in here and definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I'll come in and do that. We'll get some construction
yeah.
materials and bar it up.
Yeah.
How is an electrician?
Oh, there you go.
What?
What?
Is this part of the other side to the side?
No. My kid's dad is an electrician. He can help you.
Oh,
I thought you said I was an electrician.
that's what I heard.
Oh, no. Maybe in a past life. No,
right.
the one time I did try to do electrical work, it sparked and everything turned off. So I didn't try again.
It's important to keep the black and the white apart.
It's shocking that you didn't try it again.
Hello.
HilariousBits.com.
Hilarious bits.
HilariousBits.com.
Anytime anyone says bits, I just think of boobs. I don't know why. Because people say lady bits.
Oh, yeah. From what that
Anytime.
song is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anytime I hear the word bits.
So back to subversive songs. So
Is that where we started?
yes,
We were trying to do
yes,
that.
yes. Somebody subverted the conversation.
Everyone's going to hear my smoker's laugh.
Ah.
I do. Wait, it's hereditary, though. Papa laughed like that.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Well, he was a smoker, though.
But I'm not.
Oh, it's hereditary.
So maybe it wasn't the smoking that made it happen.
Everyone on my mother's side of the family, even Uncle Chuck, and he never smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's stink. Right.
distinct.
It's like
It doesn't stink.
yeah, it's
it's-
distinct. It's just distinct, so it doesn't stink. It's unstinking. So we're trying to get to this conversation here, but now we're
You're
talking about.
subverting it altogether.
I know. I mean,
I'm trying to make a point.
I'm subverting and perverting. So, but
There's a little red dart on the muck.
so Amy Winehouse movie coming out. There's maybe so
Oh, is there?
and there was she's got a distinct
She
voice,
does. She does. She has a very distinct voice.
and even like Miley Cyrus.
Rain.
Miley Cyrus's voice, but she got her Friday voice is apparently the story, right? She sung. That's supposedly how she's got that style of voice that she used to not have that. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Amy
she
Winehouse or
stole it
Miley
from-
Cyrus?
Miley,
Miley got it from Amy? Or
yeah,
what
she
did-
caught it. She caught it. Yeah,
She got the voice bug?
I think what you're trying to ask me is, did Miley kill Amy Winehouse? I think yes.
Oh, that's what happened.
They were doing drugs together?
yes, yeah. So it's like no, that's how then. But all of a sudden, Miley Cyrus,
No, so say that again. I didn't follow.
Hannah Montana killed Amy Winehouse.
I have an auditory processing disorder. No.
Do we read the words that coming out of my mouth?
No, it's actually more like you'll say something.
You're processing what I'm saying.
No, it's more like somebody will say something and it will literally sound like gibberish to me. It'll be like and then when I'm like, "Huh?" then my brain catches up and it turns into that's what I said.
No, that's called focus.
No,
Or
no,
ADHD.
it's actually a thing because sometimes
it's
my
what-
brain doesn't catch up.
No,
And
Freya, I know
called
exactly what you're
focus.
talking about. I had a whole conversation one time on a cruise ship, and it was like a spring break cruise ship, and a bunch of moms that were on a cruise ship, and all I remember was having a conversation at that pool. It was like this girl was like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and I'm like, it's like Charlie Brown's teacher.
Charlie Brown's teacher,
Yes,
yeah.
wah, 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 wah. And I'm like, and I thought about, I'm like, I don't understand what she's saying, but then I'm like, I hear what I'm saying, and I don't understand what I'm saying.
No, I understand what I'm saying, but sometimes my brain doesn't understand what you're saying. It happens a lot with song lyrics, actually. So, funny story. No lie, until I was an adult person, I thought the words to Tiny Dancer was "Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza."
Everyone thinks that. I've heard that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
you're
had
not-
never
you're not
heard that
alone.
before. I thought I was special.
Or right.
I believe that Elton would like to be held tightly by
by Tony Danza.
It's-
Or wrapped
it's
up
feasible.
like a douche.
That song is a commonly misunderstood lyric.
Revved up like a deuce, people. It's a motorcycle.
No, it's a yes. It's
Sound
Hello.
effects girl.
Apparently, I've found out something new about myself being here. I'm a sound effects person.
there you go.
That couch has become very lively.
It has. It has.
I'm the only person on it.
Oh,
so-
it's almost like I want to go sit over there and trade places.
Well, you know what? We actually could do that because I think we have a song to review, and we'll come back to the subversive, satanic, Coles, whatever that satanic.
Santanic? Is that like a
Sant-
Santana
no,
music?
yeah,
kind of vibe?
Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie.
Santanic.
So,
It's got lots of guitar
So.
solos and percussion.
Santana is fire.
Santana rocks.
sorry. So enough of the black magic
So
woman.
Santanic is a new genre in music.
No, it's Santanica.
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 Yes.
Oh, there's a
Aren't-
song.
Yes.
I don't got no Santanica. I don't got no crystal ball.
Didn't your girlfriend, wasn't she the drummer for Metallica for a while?
What?
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 You sent me that. I gotta go back in my text now. We'll have to filter
I
in
don't
the
think
proof.
I don't think that Metallica has any girl drummers ever.
No, no. Maybe Motley Crue, Sam Maloney from Hole filled
I'm
in.
gonna look it up now.
I dated someone who
Metallica.
plays drums for.
Wow,
a
his girl. Wait.
band.
So wait, Freya, are you saying his girlfriend, not his current, but previous? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not sure where this is going, but
Okay.
I don't think it's real.
Okay. I'm hopefully what you're saying is his past girlfriend didn't look like Lars.
No,
Okay.
no.
Lars and I have
mind.
never dated.
No, but the hair was similar. The crazy wild hair. I'll have to show the text message because it's not gonna make sense. This is a bad joke. Never mind.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
All right, so what's the song we're going to be?
So I think we're gonna finally find out if it's the riff or the rhythm of your song. We're gonna finally put Kevin McLaughlin on the hot seat here.
No, I'm totally on the griddle.
So
Face against the grill.
So we're finally putting old Kevin on the hot seat here to find out if it's the riff or the rhythm that makes the song. You've got, as we talked about, album. You know, you've released an album here, a lot of new music here. Be Your 30, but we're gonna do, you know,
It's about time.
it's about time. Yeah. So sorry, I did have a brain fart.
That's okay. That's why I'm here.
Nariva, you know, use product. It's twice now we've talked about
Yeah.
Nariva.
Can't think of. Ask your doctor if can't think of is right for you. Can't think of has some side effects.
Can't
Can't-
remember shit.
Can't think of will help you remember stuff, but
But what we're gonna do here is with this song review, we're gonna switch some things up here. We're gonna ask somebody that you know very well for a long time,
I know I'm very nervous about this. Just so you know.
and I don't think if for those that are watching and listening here, this we're gonna switch some things up. We're gonna have our guest join us in the review. We're gonna put Kevin on the couch.
Kevin on the couch. That's a whole show.
I,
Kevin on the
Ooh,
couch.
Kevin.
that's a
couch.
futon. Actually, it does spread out. So
I did not want to know that. This is Kevin on the couch, not Kevin on the futon.
So I think we've been hinting around, if people haven't picked up, that Kevin is your dad.
What?
You are not the father.
Dun, dun.
Maury Povich.
Freya, I am your father.
Yes.
So I
Join
think
me, and we shall rule the universe as daughter and father.
With our rock.
So I think it's only fitting that when we talked about this, was she would be the one to review your song with me.
Yeah.
The one ring to rule them all.
Yes.
So you ready for this?
I'm not sure, but let's do it.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and switch some things up here. So we'll go ahead and get set up. It's been a while since you've been on that couch. Actually, that was back in episodes
It
one,
has.
and,
This is
one and
episode
two.
1 and 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That when we
your own seat that long? Wow, I'm surprised
yeah.
he hasn't
No,
kicked
then
off.
we realized the camera was not very flattering for us.
It wasn't white back then.
It wasn't white back then. Good lord.
We got white couches and brown toilets.
Yeah. Yep.
I know it's not.
I still love the brown toilet.
Loves it. It's his whole
I
favorite.
love the brown. The toilet is chocolate brown.
I was in there. I saw it.
It's perfect. You don't have to use the toilet brush ever.
That's disgusting. Goodness.
No one will know.
We all know what's wrong with you now.
All right, so 3, 2, 1. All right, so here we go. We're gonna review. Freya and I are gonna review Kevin's song "Day by Day" live. So, do you want to talk a little bit about the song here? So, what was?
Sure.
Yeah. So, what's a little bit of the story about the? We don't get a chance much to, other than Jake was the only other person I think so far that we've actually have live reviewed a song.
Right?
with
That's
them,
true.
right? Yeah.
So, Jake's the only other one. So,
Yeah.
I'm number 2 on
That's right. Yeah, you're number 2. All
yeah,
right.
straight up hot seat here. So, the story behind this song is that I was in a relationship, and it was the
how it all
best
starts.
the best relationship that I had ever been in up until that point. But I found myself in a position where I just plain had to leave, and I didn't want to. But it was the only right thing to do, and so I just had to leave all comfort and support and happiness behind, and just stand up on my own 2 legs. And that's what this song is about.
All right, here. So, and this is off of the new album, right?
Yes, the It's About Time album has been released May 17th. And this was the first single off of that album.
Right. Okay. You nervous?
You asked him that already.
Yeah, kind of.
I know. Well, he's got the sweat.
To catch all the sweat.
Yes.
Yeah, the sweat's not getting in my eyes, so you never know if I'm
You don't have to answer that.
Yeah,
You're
right.
your
Oh,
attorney.
thank you.
Yeah.
Plaintiff, sit down.
So I have also
You're out of
explained
order.
this is the lyrics video, and I forgot to put the lyrics on it.
The
So just
lyrics
imagine-
video
just
with
imagine.
no lyrics.
So-
You'll
so
have to imagine those.
Another bit like this video that you're going to be seeing. That photo was taken by me. That is the sunset from the beach on Cabo San Lucas.
Really?
Yes, on the property of the Hard Rock Cafe, the Hard Rock Hotel. I was the second group of people to ever stay at the Hard Rock Cafe, or the Hard Rock Hotel in Cabo. And so that's where that was taken.
Cool. So I'm sure if you've actually stayed at the cafe, which I mean the restaurant, it's probably not the first time you actually slept at a restaurant before.
Yeah, I just ate too much, and they
Yeah.
closed the doors while I was sleeping in the booth. But this was a different time. This was the hotel.
Yeah. What he was trying to say is he did not pay for any of this. He just did it all himself.
No, nobody owns the rights to this photo but myself. And, it's a fairly nice looking sunset. That's
Yeah.
the Mexican sunset over the Pacific.
All right. Well, very cool. So, Dino, remand
It's
me
an
about.
alien sunset.
Remind me of we're
It's one
a
of
reference
3
to
suns in a
Sammy
binary
Hagar.
system.
After we do this, because I want to mention something there. So,
All right.
all right. So you ready to go? Here we go.
Let's do it.
All right. Here we go.
Are we saving comments till the end?
No, this is Mystery Science Theater 3000 version.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'd like to take partial credit for how good his voice sounds. He put me through voice lessons so that way he could benefit from it.
Oh, okay. So it's like a BOGO.
Yeah.
Like
Buy one,
a
get one.
Groupon?
He actually has my voice lessons binder on his bookshelf in his living room.
So now this was live, right? Where was it recorded live?
At Terra Firmata.
Okay.
makes me think of Molly Hatchet. It's very Dave Lubecky. God rest his soul.
Wind in my face, filling up my ears, brings a chill.
So is this Lashavo on drums?
Yeah. Steve Strickland on bass.
And Mike's got really good stick work on that hi-hat. Yeah.
You could break ice with that stick.
She's like a regular now.
I'm gonna have to start getting a regular babysitter for this.
Everybody comes on the show. After they do it, they're always not sure, and then they come on. They're like, "This is great. I had a." They like have a super good time, and it's like, "I want to come back and hang out." So we'll eventually get to a point where we have like a drinking section.
This is the guitar solo. Shut up. This is where all the best faces come in.
I was just gonna ask you, what can you? I like how that comes back. There's a lot of that hard charging out of the solo and just like, let's settle it down now.
It was time to head out on my own. I can't help it. I've got that traveling bone on my own. Now, gonna have to make it my own way. All alone, all alone. Gonna have to take it day by day on my own now. Gonna have to make it my own way. All alone, all alone. Gonna have to take it day by day, take it day by day.
So we talked about this last week. Second solo.
Yeah.
I just realized that the C in the logo is like up high and it doesn't match the rest of the letters, and now it's just screwing the whole thing up for me.
Are you saying that? Are you in the Laughlin Motorcycle Club? Are you in the MC? Oh, that's a good one. All right, so
In the MC, I like it. That's what you could.
MC Lockwood.
You need to make. So you're making new shirts, right? I just saw you came out with new colors for your shirts. The next is the MC. You could be the MC, and like all the groupies will have MC shirts. You're part of the MC.
Oh, there you go.
And then you can raffle off a pair of white tennis shoes.
What the hell?
So
Jax.
Jax from, if anyone's ever watched
Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah.
Sons of
Okay.
Anarchy,
Yeah,
that's
The preppy biker?
that bugs him because he's like, first of all, they're not going to be white by the end of the ride. Second of all, what kind of biker wears white tennis shoes? It's so anti-biker, and he's like the epitome. Everyone's all, oh, Jax. But it's so anti-biker to just wear cutesy white tennis shoes on the bike.
Yeah, you can't
First puddle you
ride
run
all
through.
day and show up back with brand new white Converse on. It's just not realistic.
They're Air Force Ones, just so you know.
Whatever.
Somebody knows their shoes. So, all right. So, Freya, so what's your thoughts on the song here? I know, you may be a little biased, which is okay.
I may be more harsh of a critic, if anything.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah, she's had to listen to that crap her whole life.
well, I can tell, while watching here is, out of the corner of my eye, she definitely was bopping, moving, singing certain parts, and obviously he's listened and have heard the song for a while.
So everyone knows I have a theater background. I was an actress in high school.
Jazz hands.
Oh, yeah, it's just so she's trying to say how realistic her reaction is.
Oh.
In case you didn't know, this whole show is scripted to the T.
Oh, yeah, right.
That we should need to fire our writers.
Yeah, right. Those writers have never shown up with anything for us to read.
I don't know. It's a pretty nice teleprompter. But it's
Nothing but the
it
best.
said the same thing the entire time.
Nothing. Hey, a Sharpie and a whiteboard is the old school. It's like this is etch or sketch.
Etch a sketch.
All right, so Freya, what's your thoughts on the song here? Right, is it the riff or the rhythm that makes the song?
Well, my favorite part was the solo. So maybe the riff?
Which solo, the first or second?
The second one, so they were kind of two different styles of solo. The first one was like the I Want to Dance solo, and the second one was the like bluesy show off my musical talent solo, I think. So it just depends on what you're going for. Both solos were great.
Okay. So different interpretation is what it was conveying that you picked up on. Yeah, I even though I had commented about Mike's, stick work there, and again, I always listen. That's a part of when I'm listening to music, and the drums part is
because you're a drummer. You listen to the drums.
Well, hold on.
LaShava's a great drummer.
Yeah, and I have actually referenced riffs over the rhythms before. Thank you very much. And so yeah, I do. I definitely think in this is the riff of the song. I think it was Mike played exactly what he needed to play. I'll say that. Yeah,
There
so
was
it's,
no
Yeah,
drum
we've
solo.
experimented with totally different rhythms on that song,
yeah.
and that's the one. Like that whole arrangement was pretty much forged on stage, and there's probably been 3 or 4 different drum vibes put underneath there, and that's the one we ended up with.
Yeah, and again, I think, and we've talked about this many times, is the drummer's place is to not overshadow everything. And no, I mean, yes, again, it's fair to admit that the guitar or the lead guitar or the solos is a big part of that does step out, right? There's really no big crazy drum solos in a song for the most part.
Well,
What about all the
depends on the
4-minute drum solos?
No, but I mean, in your typical song, right? Is what I'm saying is so again, we've talked about Ringo, right? Ringo gets knocked because he's not fancy, flashy, etc., but he plays the parts that fits the music that Paul and John wrote. You wrote the song, you wrote the music, right? And everyone put their parts into it to support you.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's definitely is the riff in the song, because as the songwriter, the singer, and the lead guitarist and guitarist, all those 3 pieces put together.
Which is funny because he said he wrote this song about leaving his comfort zone and leaving all the support that he had, and now your song is being fully supported.
Oh wow, that is ironic, isn't it?
There you go.
Yeah, and then that verse part is an interesting one because it's got a pedal tone, it's got a G, and most people I play with a lot of different bass players because the guys out on the album are really high in demand, and I can't always use them. And when I get another bass player who like, okay, here's the recording of the song, figure it out, this is what you got to do, and they'll move through the chords with me, but it's not. It's just like single note.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most boring bass part ever. But so that there's a definite bit of layers in there that you got to really put together to make the whole thing vibe the way it's supposed to.
Right. And it comes to mind what you just described there was like Van Halen, right? Everyone gives Michael Anthony shit for being a lame bass player because he's just playing some open notes or he's not, again, not being too fancy, because you've got Eddie.
Right? They would have given him even more shit if he stepped in all over Eddie's parts.
Right. So yeah, congrats, Eddie.
Yeah, which if you haven't checked it out yet, his Eddie Van Halen's son Wolfgang Van Halen has a super awesome band called Mammoth, and one of their like top singles is a song about his dad and like how he misses his dad after he passed. So
Oh,
check that out if you haven't checked out
Yeah,
Mammoth.
Mammoth is awesome.
I saw them live in January.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, yep,
How was the show?
phenomenal. It was incredible.
when I'm editing this later, I'm gonna be so screwed up switching cameras now because I'm hearing voices that are.
Right.
Speaking of that, though, there was a clip that I saw of. All right, so before we go switch to that, though, so we're saying the riff.
Stop squilling it out.
Riff made the song.
Riff
There you
made
go.
the song. Yeah,
Not even the riff them.
Not even riff them.
riff them.
Just riff.
Right. Yeah. So
It's all
congrats,
riff.
brother.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
so I know this has been a project that you've been working on, and I know you're very proud and you've been working hard at.
Yeah,
Writing and so
well,
forth.
I've got to say that the whole mix down of that album was done in a big rush.
Mm.
And I made a lot of compromises, and I decided to just leave it warts and all
Mm.
so that I could get it finished. And it's been it's been a long time since I've done a critical listening of that song, and I'm glad it kind of stands up.
Yeah, you've got a lot of great recognition. You know, a lot of people showing up on playlists. You got people writing about it, posting about it,
On the
commenting.
radio.
It's on
It's
the
on the
radio,
radio.
all over
Yeah.
all over the place, in Europe, in South America, in the United States.
Yep.
Well, remember what I said earlier. Authenticity is the
Well, I believe that totally.
yeah.
Um,
And don't make any excuses for yourself. You left it warts and all.
Well, it wasn't all dressed up with the all the studio
Auto
tricks that we
tuning,
were
auto
talking about.
tuning.
There was no auto tune
Oh,
there.
auto-tune.
It was left. I made a conscious. I didn't even put fake audience applause in there because I wanted it to just be as real as it is. It would have been simple for me to put in, and I've spent a couple days like trying to find the exact European football match to use the crowd from.
Yeah. The in the mix the blanket mix room in your living room.
Exactly. Yeah, she was there. Yep. And in order to finish the mix down, I set up a little sonic tent in the living room.
With comforters.
Oh, a sleepover.
Yeah, he was up all night trying to fix all the mistakes.
No, I was not.
He wasn't. I'm sorry.
There
I'm
was
making
there
it
was
back.
other parts I was putting in, like, because it's a trio, and so there's like in behind the lead guitar on that, I added, in the studio, I added a little bit of rhythm guitar, just to keep it
Give it a full
sounding
yeah.
consistent.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a couple of songs where I had a keyboard player come in and put in after the fact. I think there were 2 songs where I did not play the solo live. I played the rhythm live because that was the more important part of the song. And then I overdubbed the solo, and I think 2 songs in there.
And he didn't ask me to do any backup vocals on any of the songs on this album.
That was the plan, but again,
Mm.
I had to get it done
Mhm.
like a month sooner than I thought I would have to, so that I would have it available for the International Blues Challenge when I went up there.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
also extremely dedicated to my children right now, so I'm like, you're not that important anymore.
Well, it's hard to edit out crying babies while you're singing.
Weren't we talking about that earlier in our subversive conversation about songs about?
Songs about crying babies in the
Yeah,
studio.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
It was songs about murdering children.
that's right. Yeah.
Oh, what was that song you were talking about?
Pumped Up Kicks. Pumped Up Kicks is about a school shooting. All the other kids with their pumped up kicks better run, I'll run my gun. All the other kids. The song is about a school shooting. It's about murdering children for fun.
So, like, what are they saying? Like, when the shooters show up at school, you got to like pump up your Air Jordans so you can run faster.
No, when you pump and run.
Oh, jeez.
But it's
It's a happy song about children dying.
they whistle and it's all that like synthy, like really groovy. You want to get up.
Oh
and
yeah.
dance,
It's
you
it's
know?
it's a little clubby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
it's
very
mellowy.
mellow
it's,
club.
You're gonna think it's like, yeah, this is cool. This song. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
about.
all the kids are singing it.
You've
it-
probably have heard the song.
It's an
probably.
earworm for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to play it for you. Maybe that could be the outro.
There you go.
Pumped up kicks.
And then we already gotten dinged for our copyright because you're singing perfectly this song, and so I'm gonna get copyrighted. Sing on that.
I don't know. That would be good to
Would
see.
you like me to sing it like this, sir?
We're gonna get dinged on your song though, actually. So.
Well, I'll release the permission on that.
Well, I'm at the point where so again, this is why we do YouTube reviews of artists' songs through a video on YouTube, because we're showing a YouTube video, not some
so
random
it's a loophole.
That's right. So we do get a copyright ding because I guess it's getting blocked in like Belarus and Russia and so forth. So you were definitely not going back to the USSR because okay, no wonder how you are and whatever the line is. So
Yeah, I've never been there, and I can't go back.
okay, the best you
Can't
can do.
go back to nowhere I've never been.
The best you can do is probably go to Epcot.
Hey, that's a song.
Yeah, we can go to the Russia exhibit in Epcot.
Okay.
That sounds
Close
like
enough
a
for me.
good song. Can't go back to nowhere I've never been.
I've never been there, so I can't go back.
I know we come up with
Good
great
idea.
song
I need to
titles.
write that down.
Yeah.
Can't go back
Write
to
it down.
nowhere I've
Yes,
never been. No. The ultimate one is Turn Lane to Nowhere.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay.
That was the
When I was a child, this man told me about he wanted to write a song about the turn lane to nowhere because on Westmoreland there used to be a turn lane to nowhere before they built the botanical gardens over there. There was a turn lane to a field before the building was there.
And when I went to Dave Lubeck's house, it was right in front of Dave's house. I would
Yep.
park in the turn lane to nowhere because no one was using it.
Yeah, and he still hasn't written that song. And funny thing about funny things happening, when when he told me his album's name was It's About Time, I didn't realize there was a song called It's About Time. I thought it was just because it took him this long to come up with an album.
Well, no, both are true
It's
because
a double entendre.
it's called It's About Time because I thought I was going to release it like 2 years ago,
Oh, how cute.
but
He must like you.
he got it for free.
Oh,
We're dating for you.
So anyway, I was announcing on stage at shows. I was announcing, any minute now the album is coming out. That song's gonna be on our upcoming album, and we were experimenting with names. And my first idea was like, you shouldn't buy this,
Don't buy it.
or your parents will hate it if you buy this.
But you don't really.
I feel strongly about that though.
You don't appease to that or appeal to that crowd.
I know, but still, any album that said, if I was a kid and the title of the album was "Your Parents Will Hate This If You Buy It," I'd buy that one first. That was the genius behind explicit lyrics.
But that was
Right.
back when people bought albums. People don't buy albums.
Yeah, they don't even do that anymore, so it doesn't matter.
It's
So
ancient history.
anyway,
FYE still has them though.
so I'm. Oh, do they? Maybe I'll have to set myself.
FYE is still half a CD/record
set up
store.
a kiosk in
People
FYE.
just only shop for the silly tchotchkes there.
But anyway, so Steve, the bass player on the album, he leans over to me one night and he's like, if you're gonna call the album "It's About Time," because we called it that out of humor because it was like a year I've been announcing it's gonna be any minute now.
Right.
And he's
Any
like,
minute.
if you got an album called "It's About Time," you're gonna have to write a song called "It's About Time." I'm like,
It's like
"Oh,
my last pregnancy.
oh crap.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So then I was under pressure to write a song called "It's About Time," and that's the only song I wrote like on demand.
Mm-hmm.
All the rest came very organically over a long period of time. This one, it was like, okay, I need a song called "It's About Time." What the heck am I gonna write about? And then I sat down and wrote it.
Mm.
And I gotta say, my producer, Gary Haas, who's an amazing musician in his own right, played with tons of people that we've mentioned tonight already. He helped me arrange that song, and he helped make it as good as it is.
Very cool. So yeah. So congrats again. It's about time. Damn it.
It is about time. Look at this gray beard. I didn't get this because I'm dyeing it.
So all right. So I'm going to jump ahead here now. You working on anything new for the next? Or you not thought that far ahead?
No, the ideas are coming. I'm lining them up. There's a lot of music that didn't get used for this album, and there's a lot of songs, as Freya has mentioned, that are
Right.
in concept stage but not been written.
Yeah.
And I've got a journal in my phone of like
Thoughts,
hours
ideas,
and hours
whatever.
of lyric ideas. But my first draft on the title for my next album is the name of the album. I think might be "Proudly Offensive" because
I think there's a comedy thing
yeah.
that says
Is
something
it?
like that.
Yeah, the whole concept of political correctness is just idiocy, in my opinion. Like, I got a great idea. Let's not teach anyone to understand reality. Let's just let them have their idiocy and try not to step on their stupidity. That's a great idea.
Yeah, that's when you kick down the door. Here I am. We could that could be the demo. Is like you kicking down a door, coming through the door like Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm seeing more of a Ted Nugent busting through in that song, "Take Me Higher." You know,
Oh,
it's-
there you go. I'll show up swinging on a vine and land.
There you go, in your
guitar land
in your loincloth.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that might have been cool 20 years ago, but nobody wants to see that now.
Well, that would be proudly offensive.
Well put. That would be offensive.
I won't.
I don't
go
wanna
to-
see- I don't
won't
wanna see it.
that,
I don't think that's good. No, that's going to create trauma. The children will be
proudly,
crying.
yeah, proudly traumatic.
Proudly true.
There you go. Proudly dramatic. Yes, I'll show up in a Speedo.
So
See,
our
that's it.
yes, yeah. So where can we buy the Kevin McLaughlin? It's about time Speedos. You know, on the back it says "juicy."
Oh,
On the back,
that's
it's a
not-
song, and there's no room. For
that is offensive.
What is it? What's the words on that on the back? It's like, oh, you have to get real close to look at the read it.
You gotta
Spread
the woods
Moses.
out.
You got to go Moses on that ass.
The burning bush.
Ow,
Oh,
look at
jeez.
that. Ooh.
Wow, she's got her own. She
Well, then.
writes her own stuff.
Yeah. So if you want to find my album online, just go to kevinmclaughlinband.com. It's right there, and just click on the album icon. It'll take you straight to the online store. And I recommend the fan pack. It's the best deal. It's got the CD. It's got the set list from the night that we performed all the songs. It's got a personal handwritten note from me. It's got a sticker. It's got a shot glass.
2-ounce shot glass.
It's got this. Yeah, it's not one of those girly 1-ounce shot glasses like.
It's a man's shot glass.
hmm And the CD, and it's all wrapped up in the exact same bandana that Paul's got right there. It's a great deal.
His underlay.
It is the best deal I got.
So you get your own shameless plugs, I guess. There, wrap
That's
up the
it.
show, wrap up things.
That's my shameless plug. Like, buy my freaking album. I gotta recoup my costs. Dang it.
Yeah, great kids to spoil.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Okay, here's my soapbox. You know, you can, of course, it's available on all of your all of your favorite streaming services. And I encourage you to listen to them on there. But guess what? I make like, once you listen to, like, I get 100,000 listens, I think I get $1. So,
I'll have to put it on repeat while I'm sleeping and turn
yeah,
the
no,
volume
it
all the way down.
doesn't even count. Like, they figured that out. Like, only one per person per day or something.
Right.
So, you know,
Damn technology.
support local unsigned musicians and just go and get the deals that we like. Myself, like all unsigned musicians, do our best to create as much value as possible. And that fan pack is worth having if the CD wasn't even in there.
Yeah.
And that's what it was designed to be. You can go buy merch. You can get the digital download is only $7 at the digital at the online store. You can buy the CD by itself, the fan pack, T-shirts,
All different colors of t-shirts.
all kind of cool stuff.
Used to
you can
just be
buy.
black. You guys are privileged with the colors.
Black concert T-shirts matter.
The black band t-shirts.
I'm not sure where we're going here, but
So-
anyway.
So what I'm saying is, I take advantage of all of the convenience of the future, but like help a brother out. Like I got a lot of costs and a lot of time and a lot of, and the only way that I make any money from any of this is if someone goes to that online store and buys anything, and so do it. The shirt designs are cool. It's good music.
I should have worn my shirt today.
The merch is good. It's worth, in my opinion, it's
Yeah,
worth
kinda.
having, and I would love for everyone to have it.
Yeah, definitely. I think Brian Hill from Bubble Up's Guitar Works said it. He wrapped up the episode last week or 2 weeks ago. Was the national scene has gone to shit. Support your local. Support local music. That's where it's at.
Yeah, because today's local bands are tomorrow's
Yeah.
superstars.
Mhm.
I mean, that's always the beauty, the joy, the thing that like you were talking Freya about some of the bands that you've seen or the area or at the Mojo Room. That it's cool to see somebody you saw come up and you're like, I remember when they played in this shithole little place, and now they're. What did Brian say about like I jokingly said Limp Bizkit, in his episode, right?
Yeah.
I was
He
joking.
turned down working with
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit because he never heard of him.
And then all of a sudden he goes, yeah, and a year later they're like, oh yeah, we're playing Woodstock. And he goes, shit, I could have
Yeah.
been the
we've been
Reno.
on tour with
Yeah.
him for all that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been down. Well, he's kicking himself in the butt.
But he
Well,
did,
the other thing too is like true music aficionados.
Afiction? Is that like fictitious
Yes,
aficionados?
they're not real. They're fictitious nados. It's all about discovering new music before it gets big
Yeah.
and being the first person in your group to be wearing that band
Yeah,
T-shirt.
yeah.
And
Man, I remember that. I forgot that was a thing.
yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
That
so
is the thing.
that is the thing. That's how you were cool.
yeah.
Is you
were
are
cool
I
the
did it
one who-
first. I knew about
you-
him first.
You're the exactly. So like here you go.
I did that with Census Fail.
Yeah,
I,
you
I,
truly did.
I loved them before they were a thing, and now Bud the Chud is like 25 million views on Instagram. That's the lead singer of Census Fail. His Instagram handle is Bud the Chud.
So maybe we can get him on.
He lives in California.
Okay, he's not local. We're focusing on
Well,
Florida
yeah,
music.
we don't have an airline budget for
That's right.
the show at the moment, but we are accepting sponsorships.
Yes, that's correct. So
If you'd like your sticker on this wall.
we're gonna.
Speaking of the wall, we haven't. I'd like to introduce you to Jackson.
Where's this particular knobby part?
Right there. She just grabbed it.
Jeez, she knew right where it was.
Gravitated right to it.
She's got 4 kids. She knows how it works.
Yeah, she knows how it works.
No, I don't. Those is all accidents.
Well.
Spoken like a good Catholic girl.
But
I'm
Yeah.
not Catholic.
Well, were
was
were.
Reformed Catholic.
but Jackson is our stoned wall.
Yes,
Stone wall.
stone.
No, he's a stoned wall. Did you stone him or did he get stony?
He is pretty stony.
Yes. We're just gonna look for mini kiss to climb, do some rock climbing.
Yeah, they're gonna do. They're gonna be pounding pitons into the ground here in a minute. Probably take them 20 minutes to scale that.
So, but yeah, maybe we should hire Freya to do our, trying to get some sponsors promoting. Yeah, because we have a whole wall here that we need to get somebody.
We do.
and
Maybe
stuff.
we could have somebody come in and etch
Yeah.
your name in Jackson there.
Or we could just ultimately just go ahead and get a green screen behind it and just do, or banners. I mean, we'll do that too.
Well,
yeah,
we
yeah,
can't get
yeah.
rid of Jackson.
Yeah.
Jackson is
All right.
part of the deal here.
Yeah, we got to figure out
You
something.
could, like how they
space
in
for rent.
school, they let you pick you could pay for a brick to have your name on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could carve your name into Jackson.
I don't know if the landlord would be okay with that, but
Or maybe we get a sticker that looks like it was carved in.
yeah.
So we may have to make sure it's close enough. Anyway, all right. So thanks again, brother.
Yeah, man. It's I give you a hard time all the time, but I love you to death.
Yeah.
It's great to
yeah.
be working with you. Thank you so much for
Or how does that work?
Paul. Like he's such a drummer. I can't believe it.
Well, you know what a drummer taught me though is you can selectively listen to different pieces of the song, and I never just listened to the drums before I dated Will.
Yeah.
Will taught me that. He's like, you can listen to different pieces of the song, and you can tune into the guitar, you can tune into the drums, you can turn into the vocals, you can turn into this, tune into that, and you can hear a whole different song just by.
Yeah, different song inside the song.
Mm-hmm.
Active listening. Yep.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
But all of the banter that we do, it's all done with love, man. You
Yeah.
totally are the mastermind behind this whole thing, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Well, I appreciate you, coming here and being part of this. It's just crazy ideas that we've talked before about. Again, we're 34 episodes in, you believe that, right?
No, I can't believe that. This
We're
is
almost
even
we're
right.
almost up.
Older than me.
We're almost getting close to a year, right? And we've got to talk about maybe doing some type of year anniversary type of thing. And
Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
have some sort of special thing go on.
yeah, it's in September would be our full year. Maybe we tie it in with an event. I think it'd be pretty cool if we did an event with some of our past guests.
You could do a
Do a Riffs and
park the
Rhythms.
truck in a
festival.
circle and have the stripper poles.
Oh well, I like that.
Oh, yeah, that
The
sounds
Mud
good.
Flaps again episode. Wow, Jesus.
Oh gosh.
Why does this keep coming up?
That sounds like a granny mud flap.
Are those mud flaps on the girl or on the truck?
No, that was the name of the episodes from a couple episodes
Yeah,
back with
couple episodes
Renee.
Yeah, mud flaps.
Country music and mud flaps.
Yeah.
It was a story about being out in the bog.
We
out
could
in the
have
prairie.
Riffs
Out in
and
the
Rhythms.
bayou.
Riffs and Rhythms Fest.
Yeah,
Riffs and
yeah.
Rhythms Fest.
Definitely.
Do it at Terra Firmata.
Oh, there you go.
So we got some ideas. I think we just gotta find time to sit down and hash it out. So
It's not going to be too hard. We can just find a date and get all the musical guests that have been on the show and do a 2-day festival.
for sure.
Hey, if there's gonna be hash, I'll eat. I'll come.
All right. So again, thanks for tuning into the Riffs and Rhythms podcast, where we're apparently at the moment hash free, but we are taking offers. So,
There you
or
go.
some people are. Yes. Don't forget to tune in there. All the past episodes there. Follow us on Apple Podcast there. Leave us a comment. Leave us a review. Remember, it's on the Drums and Rums Oddcast audio channel now.
Did you say the Oddcast?
Yes, we are the Oddcast. Yes. The audio channel
The
there.
drums and drums.
Yeah, drums.
Jesus,
and
Oddcast.
drums.
They'll never leave. They're never going to leave me alone about this.
You asked for it.
There's this thing called the ampersand.
Well, not sometimes the ampersand doesn't always work when it comes into websites and stuff. There, I was thinking about that too. There,
Whatever.
exactly. So, check out all that stuff. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We're gonna hit the subscribe button and the bell. Ding. Does that sound like an emu makes or something?
That's like that's like
like
a
a
blue heron flying over.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, emus are scary sounding. I would not recommend it.
It's more like a turkey, like.
You are definitely related to him.
What?
Anyway,
That
I'm
sounds
my
like-
own person.
That sounds like a promo for turkey dinner. Like, bap.
yes, check us out on YouTube there on the YouTube channel, Riffs and Rhythms channel, and
Drums and drums.
drums and rums. Oh my God!
The
Now,
drum-
now Ray, you've got me doing it now. Jesus Christ!
The
Hey,
Drums
cheese
and Drums
rice.
podcast
Cheese
makes
and
up-
rice. He said cheese and rice.
Cheese
It
and
makes
rice,
up for the
yes.
fact that the Riffs and Rhythms podcast continuously proves that the riffs are better.
Yeah.
That's why it's now the Drums and Drums podcast, so they can get some balance.
So anyway, this is check out all the stuff we talked about. This has been a fun, crazy show here. Thank you, Freya, for coming on. So you're gonna do the honors here with me?
Are you gonna slap the box again?
We'll
I was promised box slapping.
That is going to be the clip we're opening this episode with. She's looking.
That's how I met you. You were slapping your box on stage right next to me.
Somebody's box needs to be slapped.
You were with my son was there.
All right, so you're supposed to say, hey, this is Freya Neale, and this is the Riffs and...
Yeah, so you go for it.
This is Freya Neale, and this is the Riffs and
Rhythms Podcast. I'm Paul Robertson. So thanks for tuning in tonight here. So cheers. And beers 30.
Riffs always win.
Oh.